Hello guys, how are you? Hope you're keeping well. I was always in quest for what is the secret of success. I'm sure that today's guest will help in my quest by sharing his state of success. Today's guest is a very special guest. He started his career as a graphic designer and currently he is a marketing manager as well as a public relation manager at Puma. My friends, I present to you Alan Duran. Alan, welcome to our channel.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm all right. Thank you very much. How are you?
Yeah, fine. All doing well.
Cool.
Welcome to our show. That's called Talk with the Titan.
Okay.
Okay. First of all, I want to know, Alan, you started your career as a graphic designer.
Exactly.
And how do you actually end up to a marketer?
Okay. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. So I started like my first 2 years of my career as a graphic designer in a small advertising company, and then I jumped into Puma Mexico. So that's where I was like the head of design the first 4 years. And then, of course, I was always in the marketing team. And then I got the chance to be leading not only the creative team, like the graphic design team, but also it was like the communication team. So it's like PR, design, and social media. So that's how I started. And I just jumped from just doing graphic design into be the head of all the communication from Puma nationwide, like in all the country. So of course, for me, it was a challenge because in my bachelor university program, I had some background on how do you say it, on communication, like visual communication, but that was not that into it. But as long as I took the role and I was start to get involved and coordinating agencies like the paid media agency, the PR agency, the social media agency, I started to get involved into more the marketing strategies. So it was quite good for me to have now an overall view and to know and to have this background of graphic design was good for me because at the end I knew how to make a 360 from everything, like from the strategy to the execution, and that's how it turned like crazy.
Okay.
And then that was like the first 8 years in Puma Mexico, and then I had the opportunity because I was doing some global events with Lewis Hamilton, with Usain Bolt, with Daniel Ricciardo, like some drivers from F1. And that's how I got in the loop from the global, from Puma Global, from the headquarters here in Germany. And that's how I end up here in Germany, doing global PR for motorsport. So I was like leading the PR strategies for the motorsport category in Puma. Like we in the company, we had the football division, the lifestyle division, they call it like business units, the running division. So I was in the motorsport division leading the global PR strategies worldwide for the key initiatives, like the main products about motorsport in that period of time.
Oh, really?
That was a short summary.
You don't find any struggle when you change your stream from your designer phase to your marketer?
No, to be honest, of course, I was still missing this creative part. Like I was missing to somehow get involved in the creative process, but somehow I was never disconnected because at the end, I think nowadays everything is it's like an ecosystem. I think everything is interconnected. So you cannot leave out a PR, like a PR strategy without taking in consideration the social media side. So I think nowadays, like in this world that it's changing and that we live in this fast-paced environment, that it's changing every month, every year, every new platforms, new technologies, new ways of communication, new ways of engaging. So it was not hard for me. So at the end, it was also doing creative, but in a different way. Instead of doing like graphic design, you were creating strategies. So at the end, it was creative and was part of marketing. So but yeah, anyway, I was on a side always like giving my insights to the creative team. Hey, why don't you do this? Change this. Just like leading the creative direction.
Yeah.
So I was still involved without like properly doing it.
Yeah, I totally understand that, because anyway, it's just you. The thing is, you've been creative as a designer and you have been creative as a marketer. It's just the same,
Exactly.
right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So what I thought was actually how he was managing, because graphics was a completely different phase and marketing was totally different phase. But I now realize that after you actually answered me, I realized that, yeah, you've been a creator before and you're still your creator. So you didn't have any problem with that.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, it's just switching from doing creative on graphic design into doing just creative on strategies or ways of communicating or ways of launching. Like, for example, I was involved into creating events. At the end, I end up doing, for the last 2 years in Puma, Mexico, a lot of events. Like, we were doing like global and local events with the main Puma assets or with local assets. So somehow you were still creating things, like creating experiences or creating. So it's like I jumped from just creating visual communication on my graphics. Like I was also doing at the beginning, like the graphics of the teams that Puma was sponsoring, of the football teams, right? So it was like doing also that and doing like, I don't know, flyers or advertising out of home, these kind of things. And then I just jumped into creating concepts and experiences like for this event. So still somehow at the end, you always need this graphic design part to kind of make the full experience. So you need visuals, you need graphics. So I think, as I said, like it's everything connected. Like it's everything connected. And yeah, I mean, it's crazy how I turn on doing something different from what I studied. But yeah, of course, on a side, I also been still painting and like creating things just
I totally
I think it's just this necessity of creating.
I think you are totally enjoying what you do. So I think for maybe that is the reason when you're not feeling any struggles or any complaints. I think you are totally enjoying what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
So okay, Alan, how challenging is this area? How challenging is the area?
How challenging?
Yeah.
I think the main struggle is like, I mean, we as Puma, we were like the third brand talking about like the awareness and the position that it takes like worldwide. Like it's always to compete against these two monsters that they have bigger budgets, bigger assets, like and of course I think there was a gap where Puma got lost like on the 80s, 90s, and those years, like to kind of recover them from the gap that you lost between Nike and Adi, it was really hard. So I think the main challenge was like, how can you create or still be on the loop to the consumer, fighting against these two big monsters. So I think that was the main challenge, like budget wise, kind of. But talking about the team and the product and the brand itself, what was pretty good to be part of this challenge, like to say, yeah, I want to fight with the big ones, like we were not looking like for the other brands. We were looking to aim the standards of the two big ones. So I think that keep us pushing ourselves to do kind of with the money that we had and with the assets that we had, like to be on the same level. And I think I was part of this evolution with when Puma was from this to this. So I was happy to be part of this process. How like if you see the brand 10 years ago, it has evolved like way far from what it was before in product, in marketing strategies, in a lot of things like assets, teams that they sponsors, a lot of things. So it feels good to be part of this process.
Yeah. So I think every day is always a challenging role for you, right? Every day you need to come with new. What do you say there?
Yeah, I think it's an everyday. I mean, nowadays you need to be like figuring out what's the world is bringing, because I think we're very globalized that anything that happened, you think the other part of the world wouldn't affect on this side, but it's not true. Like I think we are now we become just like really close, and everything is changing every minute. So I think the key is to be always updated, to have always on the radar and like have benchmark of what is doing, not only in the fashion sports industry, but also like what is doing on the cars industry, what is happening around technology, around like some other business that probably is not related to fashion or to brands, clothing brands. So I think it's always good to be what is happening. Like I think we have a clear example of how with when Corona happened, how I don't know, like Amazon, Zoom, these kind of digital platforms, they went to hide. Of course, like it's the necessities of the world, and you need to be always looking what is happening, like to be aware, to be informed. I think nowadays it's crucial to be informed. I think it's key, like to be updated on what is happening, what are the new technologies, what are the new ways of engaging with consumers, because at the end the most important is to never lose track that the main important thing is the consumer in this case.
Yeah, exactly. Alan, when I look at your profile, all the people is of the same opinion. Alan is a fantastic team worker. He always supports the team, and you are a people's person. So what is your secret of success managing the people? Everybody has the same opinion.
Thank you very much. I mean, of course, it was a challenge. Like, I think when I was a little kid, I was quarterback in a football team, in American football. I think in India it's not that common, but you really know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So I think that was my first time to be in a role of a team captain, right? So even though that was in high school, I think I developed somehow some tools that when I was working helped me to be a good team leader with my teammates. In this case, I think the most important thing is to never lose the loop that you're treating with humans. So you need to deal with emotions. You need to deal with persons at the end. And I think when you create this bonding with your team, and when your team is strong enough, you become stronger, right? So I think it's just about teamwork. It's about attitude. It's about enhancing like the potential that you see on your team members. Like how can you make them become somehow, like to enhance them and to become them stronger in certain way. I think it was a challenge, all this transition, but somehow also Puma helped me to give me some tools. They helped me to give me some coaching. So I was part of an international, they call it International Leadership Program, where they select like few people from the countries in this program that you were part of coaching, how to manage people, how to manage time, how to lead projects, how to all these kind of things. So I'm very thankful that they gave me those tools, because at the end you can develop them, but it's also good to have this background also from your company.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a very appreciable skill. It's not easy to manage people, and you're doing really well.
I mean, when I did it, I did with all my heart and with all my just always never forgetting that I was treating with people like they are not just like guys doing work. No, they are humans, that they have feelings, they have necessities, they have potential. So as long as you don't lost the radar on this, I think it's key to have a successful team. And to I mean, I've always said all the achievements that we did as a team, as a company, in a country, when I was in Mexico, it was part of each one of us. Like it's like an F1 team. Like Lewis Hamilton cannot win a race without the mechanics, without the guy that is putting the tires, without the guy. So I think everything is like a machine. So all these parts needs to work together to achieve and to reach a goal. So I think all these achievements that we get, like it was all of us. Like it was a teamwork for sure.
Yeah, totally. I agree. I totally understand. You're able to bring that trust within your people, and they trusted you back.
I think that's the most important. Yeah.
If I'm not wrong, you've been associated with Puma almost 9 to 10 years, right?
Yeah, I 10 years was.
That's really huge. Alan, what is your tips for people who come to your field?
My advice would be, as long as you find the thing that drives you, that you think that you're not working and that you're just enjoying what you're doing, you will be sure. Like no matter if it's mechanics, electronics, something very technique, something out of numbers, as long as you feel confident that it's something that you see yourself doing it for the rest of your life, enjoying it, I think it's a good decision. So I think when we are on this age, when you are deciding, okay, what I'm gonna study, because this is what I'm gonna become for the next, I don't know, 30, 40 years, it's really hard. Like I think we're really young to decide it, like around what, like 17, 18, that you're like, okay, what I'm gonna study. It's a really big question. But I think my main advice would be just see yourself, how do you see enjoying your life? Like if it's, I don't know, surfing waves, then go and be the best surfer. No matter if you will get money, it will come, but don't look about just the money itself. I think people get wrong on aiming money or aiming a good position. I think, no, don't think about it. Think, what would you enjoy that makes you become like good and that passion about it. So as long as you have clear on your head that you're doing something with your heart, I think it won't fail, and the money will come and the success will come, and whatever after will come. Money, I think, is not the goal. It's just a driver, of course. Like happiness and a lot of things come before, and the rest will come. Like
one more thing, Alan. I understand you are a person of more creativity. So you have any extra hobbies?
Hobbies?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I do. I love writing, painting.
Really?
Yeah, playing tennis. I think tennis and football are like my biggest passion. I mean, in general, like sports. I've been doing, I don't know, like swimming, triathlon, so all kind of activities I've tried always. So, but of course I like all related to creative. So I don't know, architecture, photography, museums. I love these kind of things. So I think my main hobbies will be into the creative things and to the sports division. Let's say. Yeah.
So the thing is, actually, your creativity always helps in improving your work life as well as your personal life.
Yes, but I mean, of course, I think that the moment when you really think that you are successful is not when you are here. I think it's when you are down. So when you think that you're failing, it's when you are really proving when, like, what are you capable of.
Yeah, totally agree.
And somehow that leads you to be successful, you know. But I think success, it's a lot of things. It's not just like on your work side. It's also on your personal life, on your balance, on your, like, your equilibrium that you have on yourself. And if you can approach in all your ways of life, I think the rest will come.
Yeah,
for sure.
Sure. It's all within us. And one more question, last question.
Sure.
What to what extent you believe that luck element always help you? To what extent you believe that? Do you believe in luck?
I believe in hard work. I think
Yeah, exactly.
good
That's
luck
exactly.
good luck doesn't come just for free.
Yeah.
You need to create your own luck. So I think if you work hard, if you never give up, if you believe that something better will come, and that you have always challenges and you're aiming goals, then the good luck will come. But
Yeah.
I do believe in destiny, for example. I do believe that somehow we all human beings have a certain path created by, I don't know, energy, universe, God, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I think hard work is the key to success and to good luck.
And Alan, what's your future plans?
Well, right now I'm doing a master. I started to do a master in digital marketing, and I'm studying German.
Oh,
Yeah, so I looking forward to get a new language, to finish my master, and to find new challenges. I think I would love to find a different challenge. I think at the end is what I'm talking about. Like, if you get in your comfort zone, you will be always there. So it's like, what's next? Like,
yeah, totally agree.
what
Totally
like
agree.
to prove yourself, like to push your limits, and if possible, if I can change to a different industry, to a different company, will be, I would love to do it. And at the end, and I think if you ask me, like, which is my dream, I want to have my own business, I don't know, in the near future, hopefully.
Sure, and all the best for that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. Alan, thank you for sharing your thought. Now I realize what is the secret of success. It's always being creative and make sure that you grab your opportunities. Viewers, hope you find the video interesting. See you at the next title. Until then, this is Arun from M.cherry. Bye for now.